Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing the Burst toothbrush. Is this better than Oral-B? Is this better than Sonicare? We'll find out. I'm always in the pursuit of the best electric toothbrush. I don't know what it is, it's just that journey that I want to find and discover before these guys get too old and the proper care was long gone. But basically, I went to the dentist. This is the story of how this search began. I went to the dentist and they're like, hey, you got this buildup up underneath your gums and between your teeth. We need to do this deep cleaning that you got to pay extra money for. This is something we have to do. And then the next step, something surgical and very expensive. And we got to get in between your gum and tooth clean so your gum isn't recessing up and all this stuff. Even though I was using Sonicare and Oral-B at the same time with the oscillating head, I've got a separate video that goes into Sonicare and Oral-B, which the oscillating and the sonic, which is the best, which I recommend. That may surprise you, but I followed that method that's in that video, which will be linked down in the YouTube description. So go watch that, then come back and watch this. This will be pretty quick about this, but the stories like that, you know, I needed to get up in there and clean. And I was like, what? And then I saw an ad for Burst. And then I went down the rabbit hole of reviews on YouTube of Burst, where everybody's glorifying this thing. And then they've got a cut of the money. Like, here's an affiliate link, you know, and they're not really hitting on the bad points as much as the great and fantastic points. And I'm like, is this no-name thing that I've never heard of better than Sonicare, better than Oral-B? Could it be? But anyway, I got it in. We are at the second head replacement. So this is 12 weeks. So we're 12 weeks into this. We are one dentist appointment into this. So I had, I think it's I had 8 weeks in on this thing, then a dentist appointment with an x-ray, because it was x-ray time. So that is good. So let's get into what this claims and stuff like that, and what it ended up doing for me, and what should you buy? What extra accessories should you buy? First off, their water pick. I'll make this super short and simple. Kind of plugs in through here. So this is kind of waterproofed housing in here because it breaks this little silicone flap seal. Goes in and I'll almost break it off. And it charges this, whatever, got the same settings. It blends in, it matches. So if you want to match, even the textures and the sharp curves, everything about it matches pretty good, right on par. The tank's not as big as I would want it to be. I can get one whole row, and then I got to refill it and get the top. Cool, whatever. You can get a replacement tip of these auto sent to you every 6 months, I think it is, or maybe yearly. Check that out. But either way, it doesn't matter. Because you need to replace these, which a lot of people don't ever do. So it's good to just mindlessly have this thing come in and go, oh, I need to replace it, and just pop it out and replace it. The downside, you know, all that's good. Like you can, you know, your settings here, fine, whatever. The problem for me is it's not strong enough. Like on a typical water pick system, which was pretty familiar with, that's what I had forever. It probably ranks like a 6 out of that power setting in there. So after using this for a while, you're probably going to want it to be stronger than it is, and it's just not going to be. And also it dies out. Like I'll be using it and it'll just the pressure will slow down on this and it'll just shut off. And then that's when I have my mouth closed like this, how I'm supposed to use it, and water's filling up in my mouth, but I don't want it to just spill out. It'll I guess it's fighting too much. It's too much pressure going on in here and here. And it'll slow down and shut off. And then I spit out and start it up again, and it picks up. But it's just not strong enough for me. So do some research. I'll do a quick Amazon search and leave you a link on one that looks like it might be good. But you can probably save a little bit of money. Go with something off Amazon. But try to go with something decent brand so that you can get the replacement tips. And yeah, so that's my thought on their water flosser. So here is the Burst Sonic toothbrush. This is the one that everybody's after right now, right? Here it is. Here is the charging base. It does come with a wall adapter, but I have a USB thing next to my sink in the bathroom, so That's why that adapter's not here. This looks beefy and robust, but don't let that fool you. It slides right off, and it's just a cover, which is fine because if your toothbrush runs some toothpaste down in there, pull this off. You can clean this pad off here, which is where it charges from. You don't have to put anything in there to charge it. Boom, rubber base, doesn't slide anywhere. Good, right? Fine. Here is the toothbrush. So here's the audio. Sounds pretty stout. Now hold it down, turn it on, hold it down, long press, and then you can cycle through strong, lower, pulse, and then kind of off and back on again. So you've got a one button touch. There's nothing touch sensitive through here with all this stuff, all these different settings, so you kind of have to just do it all by the touch, which their little logo there, little smiley face on the button. This handles, believe it or not, is like this diamond look to it, but it is ergonomic. Fits right into my hand, super lightweight. They claim a month battery life. I don't know, I put it right back on the charger just like everybody else is probably going to do unless you travel. And if you do travel, you can get the case, which I do recommend buying the case with this if you get it. It's nice, it's magnet. Boop, there it is, it's magnetized. I like the way the brush head just goes in here like so. It's a little rubber piece here, then that just presses in there pretty firmly, bloop, and holds in there, and then this goes right in there like so, closes, super thin, good design on the case. It doesn't charge it or anything like that. I like this company's mindset on just the bare minimums and what works, because it's getting a little crazy in the electric toothbrush world to get you to buy another toothbrush. Sonicare, Oral-B is doing a bunch of nutty stuff with apps and all this mess that you don't need. You just need something maybe like this. We'll see. So that's covered. Month-long battery, said that. Here's my first new brush head, and I do the replacement plan, which automatically will send me one every 12 weeks. You can do that. It's a little expensive. I think it's $7 per head. You can go to Costco or anywhere online and buy a huge pack of Oral-B, Sonicare, and stuff like that for like 20, 30 bucks. So it's a little expensive for the brush heads. They'll probably recoup a lot of money off of that. And you do, as long as you do the automatic brush head delivery, you get like lifetime free replacement on the toothbrush, not on this. On the back here, there's a little tongue brush, which is very cool. So you can brush your tongue. It's got a little logo, a little smiley face on there. What I wanted to do is show you the conditions of the brush itself after 12 weeks. This is twice a day for 12 weeks. You can see the bristles are in decent shape, but this is neat. This is where we're going to get into some technical goodies. Let me stand up for this. So these bristles here, they come out long, and there's a bunch of them cut short, so you get like little pyramids on each set of bristles. I really hope you can see that. So there's quite a handful that are long and left alone on their own as bristles, and then they go down to like the base of the pyramid where they join the rest of clusters of each cluster of bristles. So you're left with these hairy long things that stick off on the edges, and these are charcoal, which is supposed to be antimicrobial, last longer, a little bit abrasive, so it can polish and clean your teeth better than typical bristles. And I actually find that to be true as far as I can tell. So basically they've bypassed what Sonicare uses as a holding container and slash sanitizer for your toothbrush heads. They've just decided to go with something that's charcoal, and you don't really maybe have to sanitize that. I'm not sure if you need to, but they claim that you don't, so I'll trust that and go with that because it kind of makes sense, I guess. Inside here, this is where we're going to get cool. Right in there is a stopper, like it's a piece of rubber that doesn't allow you to press too hard. Okay, so that's important. I'll show you later. But that is the secret sauce. This, along with these different length bristles here, is the secret, is one of the 3 secrets behind this. The third thing is the 33,000 vibrations per minute. That's more than Sonicare, a little more than Sonicare, and that's to offset these looser bristles here so that you get the same feeling from a stiffer brushed sonicare with lower vibrations per minute. So they up that to offset these looser brushes that you get with this system over the shorter, firmer sonicare ones. So it transfers more sonic into the same, it probably equals sonic into the mouth, which blows your toothpaste apart into suds. And that's why I like sonic toothbrushes over oscillating, even though oscillating gets up between the gums and tooth better than sonic, but we're going to get it to why this is a jewel as well. So those are three things that they've kind of done here really in the toothbrush world that makes this better than anything else. If you are curious between a brand new toothbrush head and an old one, look at that. It's hard to tell because it happens over time, but look at the bristles. It's way hairier. Those little ones that come out, look at that. It's like kind of like night and day difference. Look. So you do need to replace these every 12 weeks. Look at that. It loses some of the bristles, or they wear out. They wear down. Those loose bristles do. And look at them still there on the other one. Look at that. See them right there? But they may have changed the cut length. I think they've changed the cut length. Look, let me knock the loose bristles, the ones that hang out, the longer ones off here. Look at that. Knocking those off where you can see the thicker bristles down below. That looks shorter than these. So they've shortened the thicker bristles at the base and left the height of the little forest up here at the top. So that is intriguing. Wow, it's going to be neat to see how that puppy does, because I know this one does really well, so this must be an improvement, and I'll leave a comment down there. Let's put on the new one, like so, and we'll discuss why these bristles and this little stop in here is so darn important. All right, so the stop will stop you right at the tooth, like so. But these long bristles go up and in between the tooth and the gum. So it's a good thing they have that little stop in there, because you wouldn't want to go too far up in there, and all these little loose single bristles that stick up past the chunk of bristles, those are going up in between your tooth and gum. So that's getting a better clean in between the tooth and gum than the oscillating head, while still giving you the sonic toothbrush. So this is the best of both worlds from my previous video that I made about this. You get both combined into one at an affordable price, because I don't really think they're price gouging too bad. I mean, it's like 70 bucks I think it is on there right now. I think the usual price is 89. It may be Mother's Day sale or something. So it could be between 89 and $69 or something for this thing, which is great, because the head is where it's at. I've reviewed other cheap sonicares that just have the long bristles and not the stop and not the different length bristles. It doesn't have the added vibrations per minute that this one has, so it's not as good as sonicare, so I pretty much wouldn't buy it over sonicare. But this one ups the vibrations per minute. It has these longer bristles that come out past the stop that's in there. The stop reduces the ability to hurt yourself and prolongs the life of the head, and it pushes it into here. And once this is turned on, which we'll try to demonstrate that somehow in a minute, once this is turned on, it's getting up in between the tooth and gum like a champ. So for all those reasons right there alone, this is fantastic. So if you're using sonicare, you've gone to the dentist and they're like, something's up between your gum and tooth, we need to do this $100, $200 deep clean between there. Hopefully it works out, or we're going to have to look at surgery because your gums are receding. You need to really try this, because I use both sonicare and Oral-B, both, and it still wasn't good enough. I went to the dentist a month ago, and they were like, everything looks great. Your gum health looks good. The x-rays show hardly any. I had like a little bit that they were able to get in there and scrape out, but showed no like nothing like it did before between the gum and the tooth. The calcium buildup or whatever it was, whatever they said. It looked great. Everything looked great on x-ray. So I kind of think it's because of this. So I can testify that it worked for me, and this is my opinion, and I like it. They got these combo kits that you can get and all this kind of stuff, but to me, all you need is a toothbrush. Go ahead and get the every 12 weeks delivery of the brush heads, just so you get the lifetime support of the toothbrush. The case is great. You're gonna need the case. Outside of that, I wouldn't get anything else. They also offer toothpaste, but I found this Crest whitening therapy that has charcoal in it. It's like a 50-50 mix or something. I really like that toothpaste. I'll leave a link to this and Amazon link, because you can do subscribe and save. I did it by the 3-pack, and I saved a chunk of money by doing that. So that was affordable. And even if their charcoal toothpaste is whatever, you know, I prefer this, but whatever. So scrap the water pick. I'll try to find a good reviewed one that at least start you down the research path. Maybe what you might want to be looking for over that one, because I didn't like it. But yeah, so let me put a little bit on here and try to get up close. And I want you to be able to see, if we can, this in between the gum and tooth, because that's the jewel. There we go. See that get up between the gums and the tooth? I hope you can. Because that stop will stop me from pushing too hard. And this allows that to just... Let me get a little suds. Get some spit in there. Ew. And it doesn't stop. So just like any toothbrush now, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Let you know. I'm spitting? No. Okay. Tooth and the gum. There it is. You can feel it. It's crazy. It gets us in there and you can just feel it. It's like a foreign thing up in there, and you get used to it after a couple of weeks. It does feel funny, and it lingers a little after. But there's nothing that's going to clean like this toothbrush. Up where you need it, up there. And down the low, I feel it. Okay, and then you just use the other side. Of course I have it all, I just don't want to get stuff everywhere. But that's pretty much the toothbrush. And now I got this weird kind of accent with toothpaste in my mouth. But make sure to explode that subscribe button and ding that bell so you get notified on the next awesome thing. I want to show you this toothbrush again. Look at that thing of beauty. Woo-wee! It's a good one, fellas, girls, ladies, all that good stuff. Go get you some. Link down in your description. See ya.